Hi everybody, it's Claire back with another art journal video. So in this one I'm going to gel print straight into my art journal. Um, Full disclosure, this is a larger gel plate that I have chopped down to make a bit smaller. As you can see, it's quite discoloured. This is probably one of the first, excuse me, first gel plates that I ever bought. And I've used alcohol inks and markers and all sorts on it. I have really kind of put it through its paces and since got myself a new one. So I kind of thought, okay, let's make this one a size that's going to work in one of my favourite size journals, which is this 6-inch journal that initially was the 6-inch ones that Dina released. They were my favourites, and then Natalie May Scrapbooking has released these ones too. I absolutely love these journals. So she's got the craft one and the white one. 6-inch square is such a lovely size to work in. It's not too overwhelming. So here what I'm doing is going in and laying down, of course, rainbow colours in a kind of like, I don't know, what do you call this? Like a fan shape coming out from the centre of the gel plate. Um, I do need to let this layer dry, so I don't need to kind of rush what I'm doing here. So when you're doing this kind of technique, your first layer of paint needs to be completely dry before you go in with your pickup layer. So this kind of idea where you're adding different colours onto your gel plate is also fun to do. Now you might be thinking, okay, so well, why not just paint straight into your journal? Well, of course you can, but this gives a very different look, as you're going to see when I lift the gel plate out of my journal once it has been popped in. You do get a very different effect, and you can in fact see the brush marks. And I don't know, I think it's just fun to play with different ways of using your supplies. There isn't always just one way, and why not try something different? So let me just quickly run through some of the colours that I've used. I'm pretty sure these will be right. So ruby, tangerine, lemon, lime, minty, peacock, sky, iris, blackberry, orchid, magenta. This looks like rouge, and then I think I go in with raspberry, or this might be raspberry. I think this is raspberry. Yeah, that's raspberry, and then rouge last. So I've kind of created like basically a rainbow going all the way around the page, and these are just Dina Wakley paints that I'm using. Another brand of paint that is great on the gel plate is Amsterdam acrylic. They work really nicely. So I'm using a dotting tool and I'm just going in and doing a bit of sgraffito onto the gel plate. Nice and simple. You can see in some places the paint's dried already, so it's not really lifting off, but it doesn't really matter, does it? It's not important. I'm just doing some circles, adding a bit of mark making onto this first layer. Okay, so once that happens, I then left this for quite a while so that it would dry, and you can tell that's dry. Now I'm going to go in with a thin layer of white, just to pick up the layer off this page. So what you want when you do this is you want to be able to pretty much to see through to the layer beneath, but you've got to have an even layer of paint over the top. Not too much, not too little. And then you do need to be a little bit patient and set this aside to dry. I am not the most patient, as some of you know. Um, so, you know, had I left this even longer, I might have lifted even more paint off the gel plate, but I'm quite happy with that. I like the way that you can see lots of the brush marks on the page too. And my page didn't have any gesso on either. Okay, so then I am using this stencil that I designed for Natalie called Happy Marks. And I'm just going to extend the colour and add a little bit more stenciling on, using each of those colours all the way around my page. Okay, so then I've got an image from a collage paper, also from Nat. And I'm just sticking this straight in, and then I quickly realised that the orange behind the face here was going to make the face go a little bit of a strange colour. I didn't really like that, so while the gel medium was still wet, I just folded the head back. It looks a bit weird. Popping some white paint down and then give that a good dry. and then I'm going to stick the head back in place. So then it'll just help the colours on the face be more true to what they actually were on the collage paper. Okay, so that looks better. She looks a bit healthier now. Then I decided I wanted to paint the moon in a kind of gold. So this is gilt, and I'm just using one of Dina's small soft brushes to paint this in. So once that was done, I'm then using this star stencil also from Natalie May Scrapbooking just to add some stars onto my page as well. I want these to be kind of hanging down, so you can see I'm only popping some of the stars on. I'm not stenciling through everywhere. And I'm going to do like little strings that these are hanging down on. So I popped one layer through and then dried it and went in again. And that's just to make them a bit more opaque so that they stand out from the background. Then outlining those stars with a couple of scribbly lines just to pull them forwards a little bit. And then I'm also going to draw the line that has them hanging from the top of the page so that they're anchored to the top of the page. So next I'm using a Stabilo oil pencil just to outline the little figure, and I'm going to go round the crescent moon as well just to help pull that forwards a little bit. So this is just adding a little sort of shadow which will just pop her out from the background. Then I decided I wanted to add a little bit more decoration to the moon, so I'm just doing some little white swirls on there. Looks like I've already gone in with a gold pen, I think, and decided I didn't like it. So just going to work over the top of those with my white pen. So you'll see, even though there was that element there and I wasn't sure about it, then you can go back in and try something else. And what's the worst case scenario is I don't like any of it. I get the gold paint back out and I paint over it again. So nothing lost really. It's worth giving these things a try. Okay, just some little rays of light coming off the moon as well. Now, off camera, I think my camera must have stopped recording at the very end of this video because it doesn't record me doing the writing on here. I did go in and write the word dreams quite large on my page and do a little bit of writing underneath there as well. So yeah, this is just in like a sort of scripty writing, and then I've added those rainbow colours into the letters, which you'll see in the shots at the end. So I'm adding some splatters onto my page. Um, but I'm really liking how that gel printed background has kind of helped that page come together. I like the effect that that's created. So here you are, you can see the writing on there. I sketched that out first in a white scribble stick just so that I could know where I wanted it to be. I hope you've enjoyed the video, found some inspiration. Don't forget to leave a like and subscribe and click the notification bell so you get notified when more videos become live. And I hope to see you again soon.